I understand that there's another issue with Jay Rello. I don't, some are warrant. Some guy said his guy's car tore up. I mean, these guys keep going over there, man. You don't want to go overseas and do that, man. It just creates so many problems for the guys, especially guys trying to live over there. You got a young kid over there, to grow up. Your kid's trying to grow up, and they're going to get picked on because of guys who come over there and start trouble, man. The people are not going to like you any more than you would like the people who come to your community and our problem. You're not going to like them. So you're going to assume they're problems because the other person is problem. When you look at Floyd, you guys keep playing with this. This shit's a big deal. The reputation of black men is destroyed by this man. And what she say is the men. She said, you guys keep leaving off the men. The men, these men, they care about their women. They care about other men coming into their communities and doing these things to their women. And when you talk about the judicial system, it's filled with men. We talk about the prison, it's filled with men. Men who are going to render, vigilante justice on him. You went over there to mess with women. You went over there to make content. You got people giving you money. You go over there to make content. You record it. You send it back and ha, ha, ha. Now the men are upset with you. The men there. You can't do that, man. I'm going to say this again. You cannot do that. When I lived over there, I was warned. They didn't have to tell me twice. I was warned. You better not get in no trouble.
This man had spy glasses. Think about that for a moment. He went on live on his stream with spy glasses. Do you think that they're just creating more Floyds? When you look around, you look at the travel spaces and the content that these guys are posting, they're really just creating more Floyds.
They are, and there are already more Floyds. We just haven't heard their stories. We haven't seen it yet until it comes out, right? Because I mean, we were watching Floyd for what, 3 years, and nobody knew that he was doing this, right? Nobody had an idea. You're only gonna know when somebody gets caught, right? When they catch somebody, then you're like, oh my God. Jay Rello, I just got an email from one of my viewers.
Update.
Jay Rello has a warrant out for his arrest in the DR right now.
Wow.
He cannot go to the Dominican Republic.
How does that work? Is it international? Do they eventually hold you accountable? Like when they find
think it's
you?
local. It's local. Yeah. It's local. Yeah, it's local. Or if he goes anywhere in South America and there's an extradition, there's some extradition laws, there's a potential that he can be forwarded over to the DR.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I
These
saw
things
the guy.
are. Go ahead.
Now the guy had a little rental. I saw he told that man car, man, some people, man, then you gotta understand that's that man's livelihood. He ain't in America, man. If he got 2 cars and he rents one to you, it's probably because you're American. You're gonna tear it up. What are you gonna do, man? What is he gonna do now? I mean, it's crazy, man. It's and that's what this stuff is. It's so the irresponsibility that they push. Just go overseas and just act a fool. Don't worry about nothing. You can always come home. And it's crazy, but that's what they're doing. They're telling these guys to do that, and these guys are doing that.
Yeah, these are like kind of the games. I don't know what generation you're in, but these are like those games that maybe guys who play in high school and would think like they have no effects on other people because they don't affect you, the doer. They have to start thinking about this from the perspective of the people that live in these countries that we visit. What does this happen? Like, what are the effects on these people's lives? You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to go there and have a good time, but does your good time leave behind some positive image of us Americans, especially Black people? We live our lives under a microscope everywhere we go, right? Everybody's looking at you to make that wrong move so that they can generalize and say we are all horrible people.
No. Most
what's
of the
up,
women.
Platinum? What's up, Nana? How you doing, y'all?
Yeah, what's up, man? Most most women don't even want to deal with Americans. Most women over there mess with the men over there. And I've been trying and shouted that and do say, well, it's 67 million Brazilians. Well, yeah, if you look at it that way. But what I'm saying, because I know you're going to talk to, well, you probably find a girl if you talk to 67 million. But on average, they don't even want to deal with Americans because you're a foreigner.
Yeah, you don't speak the language.
They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to date you. They're just going through their life. They're not interested. So I'm saying, you guys don't you realize that? Go overseas, you find that out. Now,
well,
no, go ahead, brother.
I noticed that from living in Colombia in the early 2010ish, 9, 8, 9, 10 years. Most of my Colombian friends would tell me like their first preference is always a Colombian. Like they would want to be with their own people because it's easier. The language is there. They understand themselves culturally. Every community is like that. I'm sure in America, the black people want to be with black girls, right? The white guys want to be with white women. That's why there's such a high marital rate between our own races, right? Like black people marry more black people, white people marry more white people. That's the same for all cultures. In Ghana, where I'm from, a Ghanaian guy or Ghanaian girl's preference is always going to be somebody from Ghana or somebody black next, right? Somebody from Ghana or somebody black.
Can I ask you
if you're a black man, go ahead.
So where are you from, actually?
Ghana.
Okay. Are you familiar with British men going into Kenya and taking advantage of the women there?
Yeah, I'm aware of it. Yeah.
Do you ever speak on that or no?
The cases. So there's a channel called Kenyan Living Abroad. It's a big Kenyan channel.
No, but do you speak on it though?
Well, he specializes on Kenya, right? So I would usually talk about issues within America because I'm American. I live in America. I would also typically talk about South America because I invest in South America. So I would talk about South America. Whenever there are cases in Ghana, like yesterday, I did a case in Ghana about passport grandmas, like the older women that are marrying, messing with younger boys in Ghana. So whenever the stories are about Ghana, I will talk about Ghana too.
Hold on, Azrael. That's his channel. You would have to go down there and discuss his topics with him. Rick brought him up there. He's going to debate.
No, but if he's going to bring,
it was supposed to be Big Truck. Of course, we know he ran off. He canceled.
I'm here though.
Defending the passport bros. He said he would. Obviously, he's not going to.
I'm here. So I'm here.
You consider yourself a passport bro?
Why not? I don't have nothing to hide. I don't
have.
Right
there. No. This is a guy you can pick. You can pick at his brain. Okay. Do you think that they're creating more Floyds with the content that they make? As far as all you showing is hookers.
I think we need to establish
in the bed and stuff. You in the bed with the woman and all of that stuff. Ain't they creating more Floyds?
Clap. Hold on. Let me explain something. We have to first establish what makes someone a passport bro. So I want to ask you a question. What's the name? Nana, right?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
What makes somebody a passport bro?
So it's the pattern is typically sex tourists, people that specifically go from Western countries to developing countries for the sole purposes of sex. So sex is the driving motivator. A good example is guys that will show up to an airport in Medellin with condoms, a whole box of condoms on a 7-day trip.
So my thing is, I want to ask you two questions. Those men, isn't it possible that those men were doing that before the whole thing, the concept of passport bro existed?
Where would they be doing that at? In the US?
No, what I'm saying is, let's say,
no. We want to talk about, are they creating more Floyds? Yes.
No, they're not. Flat, let me lay down the plane.
It's because we're going in a crazy direction. The man.
No, we're not. Because I want to say,
Azrael, he has a channel. You can discuss that topic there.
You don't push
want to know if they're creating more Floyds. Brooklyn.
I'm explaining.
Brooklyn, are they creating more Floyds? Brooklyn.
Yes.
There's nothing you can do. We got to get beyond that.
So let me ask you a question. So if a black dude from America goes into the jungles of Nicaragua and starts selling cocaine, is he considered a passport bro?
Depends on the authorities. If they label him one, he's one.
Really?
Thank you.
So
so
we gotta get beyond this. No, we're not going nowhere, man. Why you want to talk in circles, man?
So one of the biggest deflections when you talk to these.
What about this content by these travel guys?
No, but you have to make a differentiation. Whenever
you know what,
black
brother?
men
You know what, brother? You know what? What about this heavily this content that is over sexualized, that's pushed to young boys 18, 19 with promises of women and Wonderland, and you bring out the Floyds are created when you do that, and these niggas is doing that. And you up here talking about passport, bro. These niggas is creating more Floyds. You can't police it. Anybody can be if you call yourself that, you're that.
So if anybody can be it, that means that no one can be it.
That's what they say. That's what the word is. You look at Brazil, hold up. You know what? Who really says it? The Brazilians. You talking about this YouTube stuff, man. That's all they put on Floyd. Passport, bro. Passport. That's all on Floyd's his goddamn paperwork.
Didn't Floyd say he wasn't though?
Hold up. What about these eyeglasses? What about that on the channel? He's got hidden recording material inside those eyeglasses to secretly record unsuspecting foreigners. In addition, he says it doesn't work well at night. Well, what is he using it for at night?
But for all we know, Floyd could be a government asset, and I'm not trying to be exaggerating, but we don't even know.
Now
you're getting into a whole different. Yeah, you're getting.
Why? Because they're black, right? Because they're black. You don't get people. You don't want to go there. We literally just had this whole thing with Jeff. You know who?
Bro. No, I tried to hit the wrong button. Man.
Oh, let's not get to that. This is what I don't like about you, Nana, because I've seen your videos before.
We went there, bro. I'm gonna tell you, bro.
Listen, Nana ain't did nothing wrong.
I'm not here for people to like you, bro.
No. That's your content. They're free to go over there and discuss that with you. But no, we didn't come over here to talk about no Nana. Okay?
That's right.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go do that somewhere else. I'm gonna kick you off. You say something other than on the topic. We can come over here to argue. If you got something, go over there to his channel or whatever.
What? I'm asking why Nana is tagging he's not tagging the passport, bro. He's tagging what's right or wrong. Talk about the children. Why don't you talk about the?
No, he's saying that it's all passport, bro. So you talking about someone like me? So all I do is I deal.
He's saying it. Hold up. You worry about what he's saying? Floyd's it's all on his paperwork.
Floyd is in a Brazilian jail. Why are we still like? It's been almost 2 months now.
I'm
like,
done, man. This guy. He's
so here's the
thing. With Nana post.
So let me ask you, Nana.
I got a question for him.
Something about Jay Rello. Is that his fault that he's posting about Jay Rello? Or is that Jay Rello's fault? Thank you.
Jay Rello is a degenerate. He admitted himself that he's not a passport bro. So he said it on several platforms that he's not. He's a degenerate that goes back and forth living in DR.
Yeah,
I don't understand why.
Jay Rello,
so let me ask you, Nana, would you consider Jay Rello a passport bro, even though he has admitted on 3 different platforms that he's
absolutely not? It's also not.
So what makes somebody a passport?
How you live.
My question.
Okay,
what makes somebody a passport bro?
We got Dave up here. Somebody else wanted to go. Azriel.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question.
Azriel. You're trying to hijack this conversation, take it into the weeds. We're not here to argue, man. We're here to listen and learn. You should be defending what a passport brother is. You're just up here arguing. It's what they label you, Jay Rello. I mean, my fault, Azriel. When you show up at the airport, what they call you. It was what they stamp on your passport.
Now, like I said, if someone
beyond that,
someone comes in and says,
was that Jay? Was that Jay?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
Okay, so I got a question for Nana, is it?
Yeah,
bro. Come on.
Okay, hold up. Let me take this down. I didn't want to make him, but if it's okay with him, I'm gonna make him the spot. That okay, that's okay with you, brother?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So Nana, you said you live in the States, right?
Yeah, I live in Dallas.
Okay, so you were born in Africa, correct?
I was born in Ghana. Yep.
Okay, so you would you say it was fair that you grew up there and grew up here, like both of the same places?
Yeah, I left Ghana when I was 18. I went to
Okay.
Russia for 6 years. Then I came to grad school in the US.
You came to
First year of
America
grad
as an
school, I
adult.
went to Colombia. I lived in Colombia for a year, learned Spanish, came back to the US, graduated. And
Okay,
I've
nice,
lived here
nice.
since.
Congratulations, man. You got a pretty decorated resume. So when you go back to Africa or when you go abroad or wherever you go, could you tell me what's the biggest difference between the quote unquote men like Floyd and the men that you would describe like to be yourself? Because you don't seem to be much like Floyd at all. You seem to be a lot different than him. So what would you say are the two different factors?
Well, I mean, I don't know him personally, but I'm looking at it from a travel perspective because I travel a lot. I've been to 54 countries. I'm not against anybody from traveling. I think there's certainly when the reason why I want guys away from like guys associating themselves with what the whole passport bro movement is, there is no structure. So if one person screws up, it affects everybody.
Okay.
There is really no leadership, right? A lot of the guys there that claim to be leaders are usually there to make money.
So let me ask you this question, Nana. How can you control if you say we need to have some order, right? And leadership. Let me ask you this. Riddle me this, Batman. How can you have control when people have autonomy to go wherever they want? How can
Well,
you
this is
control
why
what
you
another-
travel. Well, this is why you don't become part of a movement. You just travel
No,
solo and you
that's
make sure
not
you
what I
play by
asked.
the
That's
I
rules.
not what I
agree with that. I agree
no,
with
that's
that
no,
100%.
Azrael,
no,
I
come
don't know
on.
why are you arguing with this guy? I
Because
mean, all
he's
you
full
keep
of
asking
shit.
me
That's why.
questions and stuff.
He said, I asked him, he said there needs to be leadership. And I asked him, how are you going to lead people when everyone has their
There you go.
autonomy?
We get that, but
And
still,
he said,
Floyd.
that's why you shouldn't have the group in the
Let me
first-
let me ask
So
you.
let me ask you, what should you do? Should you have the
Azrael? We didn't bring you. We didn't ask you to come up
I
here to
got you.
argue
I
with
got
this.
you.
I
I
don't know
got
what
you.
this guy's hostile.
how can
I
you
got you.
lead?
Let's take this back.
Azrael, I'm thinking that you might them Floyd, them disc. I'm thinking one of those hard drives.
Don't put me in this. Don't ever put me. I want to ask him a question. How can you say at one point?
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
I'm
By your
almost
same
done.
logic,
I'm almost
okay?
done. I'm almost done. I promise. I'm almost
Yeah.
done.
I'll let you come back. I
Actually,
just want to get
how
you
can you
by
have
your same
how
logic,
can you
right?
say you need to have better leadership, but then at the
Mhm.
same time, when I ask you how can you have better leadership, you say that's why you shouldn't have the group in the first place. Those are two separate things. Now go.
Right. Okay. So you make. Let's talk about what a movement is, right? I'm gonna make a historical reference. No offense. The civil rights movement. Okay. Can you point to some leadership within that movement? Right. We can all just by default say MLK, right? But it was a movement. Everybody was free to join. Nobody was assigned something. The primary task was to protest. People came out and did their thing. When you have a movement, you have a Facebook group, you have an organization. Some of you have WhatsApp groups. Okay. That means that it's like the gangs. You can always put them into one group as a gang. It doesn't mean they have an ID card that says a Crip or a Blood, right?
Should we have like an American?
This is how the Brazilians look at it too. You guys are a movement. You have your own spaces that you hang out in, and you seem to do the same things. The goal here is to travel abroad, and not everyone, but a bunch of them go to the red light district. They're not even dating regular girls. I don't even mind if you're just dating regular chicks.
What?
Most of them just are paying for bucks. You know it, and I know it, bro. They're paying for bucks. So
Dennis John Pierre is paying for box.
Who? I don't know who that is.
You don't even know who that is. See, this is why my point. You're talking about people. You don't even know who's a part of the travel space. You just think everybody's.
I don't need to know everybody. I'm looking at
you
this from
don't
a
need to
position
know
of a
everybody,
local.
so it's okay to just group everybody, right? That sounds like real white supremacist talking points.
Okay, hold on.
Azrael, I'm sorry, man. I appreciate you, but you're not going to be able to participate in this conversation because you don't really want to hear anything he has to say. You basically want to come over and just tell us, man, we're talking about Floyd, man.
So no, it's okay for him to.
We're talking about Floyd.
He said, I don't need to know. He said, I don't need to know everybody.
So yeah, I mean, you know everybody in the travel space.
That means you're basically
hold up. We got other people. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
Okay. So I have a question for Nana. What would you say is the biggest difference between like a traveler and a passport bro? Like, how can a traveler separate himself so he doesn't become associated with the passport bro movement? Because you yourself are a traveler and you've been to over 50 countries. And and let me ask you a question, if you don't mind me asking. Have you had sex when you've gone overseas?
No, I haven't
You've
slept
never.
with anyone.
Yeah, I really believe that.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I'm sorry.
Wait. I believe it. Hold on. Let me interject. I believe it.
I've been married
You know what? Can I interject for a second? Because I believe it. There's some trips where I went on, and I didn't even smash anything. You know why? Because the women wasn't even my focus. I just wanted to recharge and reflect. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. People travel just so they can recharge, just so they can relax on the beach. You passport bros, all you thinking about is the box, and that's why you so
think about it though.
I'm so sorry. I need to
hold on. I want him to answer. I want him to answer. Hold on.
Let me explain a few things.
To do
okay.
better. I need
so
to focus.
I guess because maybe the audience doesn't know me.
Yeah, I'm not the mute you, man.
I'm 42 years old. Okay, I'm 42 years old, and I'm married. Okay, I've been married. I'm going on 12 years. 80% of my trips are either with my family or maybe solo with my wife. Okay. The other 20% could be a mix of business. I do businesses in about 3 countries. Most of my trips are actually to Africa. My initial goal was to travel all of South America, but I ended up in Peru and I never went down south. So I never went to Brazil. I didn't go to Argentina. I didn't do the rest of it, especially when I started having kids. So a lot of my trips, if the time I lived in Russia, I was a student in Russia. So of course I had some Russian chicks, but I was single. I was 20,
So you just lied.
18.
Okay, so hold on. I want to ask.
Listen. I was a foreign student. Guys, hey, calm down, man.
Hold on. Let him talk, man.
I was a foreign student at a Russian university for 6 years. You mean I went 6 years without having sex? When I was 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old.
That's too much information, though, brother. We don't really need to know all of that.
Right. I was a college student in college. I wasn't buying prostitutes.
You got a channel, and you had an interest in Floyd, and I was not, and you in Austin or whatever. I saw the thing with the Austin. You said it's gonna put the law enforcement, and then he took it down. So it sparked my curiosity. Plus, he was doing a lot of content, so it showed up on my timeline. But do you think that well, let me ask the panel up here. We got Buck. Buck, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead, bro.
Buck, do you think they're creating this when you are a traveler and all you're introducing to your social media is escorts, red light district stuff, videos of you and women, you know what I'm saying? 2 women, you sitting between them. You don't think that encourages more Floyd type dudes to go overseas?
100% yes. You know why? Because anytime when there's a red light district situation going on, it brings out the worst of society. People don't realize this. When there's a red light district, that's why so many countries have prostitution banned. There's a reason, because it brings the worst out of the worst. You got guys who are sexual deviant going out there, like Floyd, for example. It creates, it soaks, it brings in the weird dudes from all over the world. You see what I'm saying? And here's the thing.
Why don't Azrael, why don't he accept it? Why is he up here trying his best to go after this man? Every word he says, he said something wrong. So this is Buck saying this, Azrael. This coming from Buck.
Buck is actually wrong. It's less than 100 out of the 200 places that ban sex work. I'm not supporting it, but you're just making up shit. And this is why I'm irritated at black men. We just make up shit because it sounds good, right? Nana lied. We asked Nana, have you ever had sex when you were overseas?
Oh, you asked him that. Okay, no, come on, brother.
I asked him.
Yeah, man, it won't we.
Okay, yeah, y'all gotta stop. All right, man. If you can't, first of all, Truck said he'll be here in 15 minutes. I don't know. That was 2 minutes ago, so we'll see. But no, we didn't come over here. And look, I'll just tell you up front, some of your content, no, I don't agree with. But I didn't ask you to come over here to discuss your content. Right? I'm talking about this passport bro Floyd stuff, right? And that's what we're trying to figure out. I don't understand. This is one of the problems. Why you keep arguing, man?
No, because I find it weird that an African is gonna be telling.
We're talking about Floyd.
as Americans.
What about Floyd?
That doesn't sit
I'm
right.
American.
You're not talking about Floyd. We're
By
talking
what?
about Floyd.
By what? You just
How do we stop the next Floyd from being created?
What do you mean? I'm American. I can't talk about American issues.
How do we start the next Floyd, Azrael? How do we stop the next Floyd?
Don't make you American.
How do we stop the next Floyd? How do we stop the next Floyd, Azrael?
You know what you do? You call the authorities when you see something. My issue is that we have a dude that's not even FBA or American, right? Telling people
we're talking about Floyd.
Please don't do that.
No, because
let's not go there tonight.
Let's not get to the Tariq part because you're gonna get me to a whole different gear.
He's gonna look for anything.
I'm an expert at destroying that FBA narrative. What are you talking about? I'm an American.
That'll be on.
However you dissect it, that's your own problem.
We don't care about the FBA stuff over here. I mean, if you're a traveler and you care about your own safety, you don't want Floyd's over there. That puts you at risk.
How is people gonna be?
No, Azrael, they do not be doing that. Don't say that. They don't be traveling all through Brazil. They go straight to the whole house.
No, what I'm explaining.
They get the shit box hotel 2 blocks from the whole house. They don't be traveling in no Brazil.
No, my point is, you guys are saying you don't want to end up like, because people gonna realize you're gonna ruin Brazil. That's like if Floyd did something in New York and it ruins it for somebody.
It's already ruined. He's already ruined it. You think
one man can ruin a whole country?
You think it has to be 10 times. He's already done it. Once is enough. He's already done it.
One man. So what you're telling me is one man can ruin a whole country?
He can ruin the foreigners and the reputation of those foreigners going.
I'm asking, is he ruining the whole country? A country that has over.
Yeah, in my opinion, yes. He's already done enough damage.
One black man ruins the whole country.
He shouldn't put anybody at risk. Somebody suffered by his bad decision making. Yes, one man can destroy a country. He shouldn't be there. He should be right where he's at. He should be right where he's at, and afterward he should be released to spend the rest of his time. No, he should be taking the trial here, and then he do 15 there, put his ass in 15 down here.
So we have a population of 240 million people.
One person, nobody should come on hard. Look, brother.
And you're saying that one black man can ruin a whole country.
One man can, man. I don't know. Anyway, what is going on with you? Why are you arguing about? Nobody said you. We're talking about Floyd and potential Floyd types.
No, but Nana is not saying that. He's saying that he's saying that every single black man that travels is a passport bro, and therefore they're like Floyd.
No,
that's what you said.
Well,
that's why I asked you what makes somebody a passport bro.
Truck's on his way. Truck's on his way.
That's why I asked you that, Nana. That's why you're laughing right now.
Let him explain it.
Because that's what all of them say without actually. They always would take me out.
So what makes me the same as Floyd? Then let me ask you, what makes me the same as? I could give you my Instagram right now.
If you fit the definition of a sex tourist, you're a passport bro. That's it.
So according to who? The African Princess Zamunda? You?
I don't care whether you want to take it in that direction. Listen, if you want to do xenophobic arguments, you can come off my channel. I got a lot of platforms.
He's looking for a gotcha moment.
I'm the worst, so you don't want to go that direction with me. Let's stay on top.
Don't worry about this guy. We got another 15, and then he should come up. He's got the link in his email. He coming up with some yap about he's picking up a car. This guy's been riding the bus since he's been on YouTube. I don't know where he's getting his car stuff at. I don't know. These guys, they'll say anything to me up here, man.
They say J. Roller is not a passport bro, then he messes up. He's a passport bro until he messes up.
Yeah,
right? Everybody's not a passport bro.
Do we have a guy up here who's a passport bro? Who's damn, he kept changing it. We needed him, but other guy be in 10 minutes. I don't think these other guys, I think these are just regular travelers. But we all agree that sexual content on these travel channels are a bad idea because it's going to have a bad effect on the young. It's going to make them think.
I agree.
It's going to make them think that place is not what that place is. And then they get themselves in trouble.
You don't know country want to be known for that.
What Floyd did was you can't even define that. But I'm saying it's still, when you look at it, these young guys running around doing stuff.
Jay Rillo hung with Floyd in Dominican Republic. They hung together at the club. Yep. So what it was is now when Jay Rillo crashed that car, I feel sorry for the dude. He lost $10,000 on that car. I got a picture of that car. I'm glad they put a warrant for his arrest. He damaged the car. It was a young dude on Razor Ray show, had to escape them out the deal. I'm glad that man got his passport. I'm glad he took his passport. Nana was right. Jay Rillo and Floyd hung together in DR. And I asked when I asked Jay Rillo what y'all were talking about, you and Floyd, they had a conversation. They didn't know what the conversation about. So all of them is going down. That's what it is on that SD card. And Austin Holland, thank you, Nana, for doing that good job. It was a fake, phony court paper. Now, why you gonna do a fake, phony court paper if you have Floyd? Jay Rillo say Austin Holland and Kid Faitness brought him to Kenya.
Hey, Brownie.
They ruined Kenya for other American travelers. People have been going to Kenya for years, no issues, and then all of a sudden the Kenyans are upset that people are coming in there. See, all these things that they're talking about, you don't know the effects until you start seeing some arrests. You know, this Floyd thing is not even over yet, bro. We don't know what is on the hard drives.
And Nana was right. Look at Platinum. If you go, I've been to Kenya. The people are beautiful over there. They're just nice people over there.
Hey, he says that going overseas. I mean, Austin. He said they used Austin just to get in the algorithm, or he did, and he's saying going overseas is no problem, and he defends it. So if you guys can discuss, and he has a travel space. Even though he calls himself Big Truck, it's actually a travel channel. Putting that type of content on YouTube, does it draw in more Floyd men?
All right, so what does my opposition say?
Absolutely. The product is sex. If the product is sex, you're gonna attract everybody that has a sexual obsession. There's a lot of studies that have suggested that when you create that environment where sex is the main product, you will attract people that are sex predators, people that abuse minors. There's a reason why majority of sex offenders go to specific destinations overseas. And I'm not talking about Black people here. I'm just talking about, which is actually majority white. They would go to Thailand, the Philippines, to abuse minors. There's a big case in Medellin, Colombia at the moment, where an American is serving, I believe, 30 years for violating a minor, I think 11-year-old. And now we have the Floyd issue where Floyd is recorded having, I don't know if I can say this on your platform, but having intercourse with a 6-year-old
minor, messing with minors. Yeah, we got to
messing with a minor.
We got to watch the censor.
And I think the important thing to remember is he recorded himself.
Right. Yeah, the glasses. He had some spy glasses.
Yeah, he had glasses, spy glasses. I think I did a whole video of every little gadget that he had. He had about 6 terabytes worth of storage that is completely full of material.
Wow.
The Floyd case is even bigger because there's also a second part of the case. The second part of the case is that Floyd was distributing the material to people here in the U.S.
Yeah,
so
see, that was he was trying to get himself busted. The guy's an idiot.
Well, he should have been busted, right, Truck?
Yeah, but no, he okay. Should have is a moral judgment. The thing about it is he was gonna get caught.
Not in that. No, come on, that Truck. No,
there's no should.
Messing with minors, Truck. Come on, that's no
a criminal activity.
No. We know. Well, listen, we know that it's a criminal offense, but he was going to get caught eventually, especially if you're fucking distributing the shit, because these computers are telling on you. These algorithms are automatically recognizing content and they're automatically flagging it. So there's no way you can do it through broadband.
I disagree with you.
How do you disagree with that?
Listen, I did a review of Floyd's channel 6 months before the bust. He was filming a minor in a live stream in the DR. His audience cautioned him. One guy actually said, because we went through all the live chat. It's on my channel. You can see it. Some of the audience cautioned him and said, hey, this chick is a minor. And he said, oh, I checked the ID. And then there was another guy that said, I'm going to report you. I don't want to be part of this. Right. These are other guys in his live stream saying, I don't want to be part of this. Yeah, somebody even gave him a super chat and says,
but listen, what I'm saying is, so I'm not really disagreeing with you, but what I'm saying is, for you to try to even post content like that at all, and the computers are literally working against you behind the scenes, you were gonna get caught. Now, I shouldn't say we, but I don't, promote any of that shit. And Passport Bros in general are just black men traveling and getting relationships abroad. They don't promote criminality because that works against everything that they're trying to achieve. They're trying to achieve relationships. They're trying to achieve marriage. Even if they're trying to go over there and just smash, the bottom line is nobody wants that finger being pointed at them, right? So they don't support that shit. It's a crime. We understand that. None of the Passport Bros support that at all. Now, as far as the Floyd types, to answer that question, we were posting those travel videos, basically weaponizing those videos against women here in America. That was the point. The point was to show, guess what? We don't need you. We're going to go overseas. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have lots of fun. We're going to date better women with less body counts, no children, blah, blah, blah. So we were weaponizing those videos against them, right? So the bottom line is, YouTube cannot stop that. Nobody can stop us from making travel videos. Nobody can do that.
Yes, they can.
No, they cannot.
Well, they've taken down some channels, right?
Yes, they can.
Listen, you heard? Did you hear what I said?
Every video, probably not. But if they say, hey, we don't want any of you guys putting up sexual content.
No, but see, you just changed it. You said sexual content. I said travel videos. See, what you just did was you changed.
Is that what they're making? Is that what they're making? Travel videos?
No. Some of these dudes, like I saw Jay Rello, and he had some African woman, and he kicked her out because she wouldn't perform or whatever. That is different because that becomes a sex video. That becomes sexual content and all that. That's not the same thing. What I'm talking about is if you go to the beach and you're just hanging with women and you're talking about having a good time and you buying drinks or you drinking drinks, that's totally different. YouTube is not going to stop anybody.
See, this is the thing, Truck. You said this is normally how it goes.
What?
Someone like you, Truck, or another Passport Bro, right? Who does not engage in that type of behavior. And I don't keep up with you. I don't know what you have up down there, but what I'm saying is, I don't know. I think I saw you one time in Thailand. I don't know if you went down on J6. I don't know because I didn't.
I think the video you're thinking about might be the South Korean video.
Oh, South Korea. Well, I saw it, but I saw you walking from the airplane or walking down the street. I didn't see you like harassing or trying to film women. I don't know. So I'm saying they can control if you have stuff like that type of content. And see, this is the thing, and we got to accept that because we keep playing with this. You're creating more Floyd time. All these guys, as long as these guys look at your channel and they think all they got to do is go overseas, they can get away with anything. They don't have to be responsible. They can make babies over there and then come back to America. That's not good, man, for us as men collectively.
Okay, that's not good. But first of all, nobody creates a Floyd type. Floyd types are born. Floyd types exist. They exist all around you. You just don't know who's who unless they get caught. So the first thing is the Passport Bros didn't create him. He was crazy before the Passport Bros existed. So the bottom line is
you created an environment for him to flourish.
Though, no, we didn't create an environment for him to flourish. Excuse me, are you familiar with this dude? This dude had channels where he goes around harassing cops. He had over 100,000 subscribers.
Hold up.
Long before the Passport Bros.
No, Trump.
Yeah, but he wasn't traveling. He first traveled to Brazil, and he says that Austin inspired him.
But you're missing my point. My point is this dude was mentally fucking ill.
Trump. He got money. He got out of jail in some kind of way. Went to where was it? Brazil. He went to Brazil. But how does a guy get out of jail for 90 days. In some kind of way, they have enough money to go to Brazil.
Well, what are you talking?
The
Are you saying that people who go to jail are automatically broke? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, he fundraised to get there. Like, I've been following this guy's trail for a while. The guys like me and you gave him money to go there. I'm not saying you specifically, but I'm saying guys that look like me and you gave him money to go there.
Well, you got to understand, he was fundraising for a very long time. He was fundraising with his Omaha cop watch. He was fundraising for a long time. And the issue ultimately is, if the YouTube model is you have dudes jump on and they start talking about something and then people start just sending them super chats, then yeah, everybody's fundraising, but nobody's a problem until somebody becomes a problem. Now, what Floyd did, especially if he was distributing child pornography, if he did that, then he was going to get busted anyway. But keep in mind, the spotlight had already been on, Black Passport Bros traveling, partially, mostly because of Austin Holloman and what happened in Brazil, because that was like the first time you ever really saw that you got an uproar on the internet against somebody. And they went after him because he was videotaping the women he was hanging with. And then what he did was he stopped putting them on video because he realized, and he's not, and by the way, he's not the only one that did that. There's been other dudes like Jason Bond, and there's been other dudes, and they videotaped these girls. They tried to get these girls, make them famous, put them on YouTube. He had pretty good-looking Thai girls, good-looking girls, and Filipinos, right? But the thing about it is, when they broke up with him and he tried to move on, they were demanding that he take the content down that had their videos and their pictures in it. But the problem is, if you take that down, now you start losing revenue. And in some cases, some of these dudes are like, yeah, I'm not taking videos down. And then the women file privacy complaints, or they do what they did to Austin Holloman, and they start, oh, you're not supposed to be filming on a beach, and you're talking bad about the country and everything. So you got to understand, this was coming a long time.
But think about this: if you're a Thai guy, and you're watching like people come into your country and do things like that, what would you be? What would be your reaction? To that?
First of all, he's too busy driving the rickshaw. And he's got some foreign tourists in the rickshaw, and he's running around like he's in that Chinese movie Return.
But you really don't care, right, Trump? You
I don't give a shit what the Thai guy says.
Hold on. Trump, wait a minute, Trump. So, you really don't care what a man does overseas, right? You don't really care. Like if they can get over, if he wants to get into drugs or women, you ain't got no problem with that.
Okay,
right?
Well, first of all, here's the thing. First of all, I'm not going to tell a man what he can and can't do, but if you get into drugs overseas, you're going to get executed. So you're going to get locked up like Floyd, but then you're going to end up getting hanged. So
okay, yeah. so let me ask you this: since like you don't care about what happens to the locals, you've had your fun, everything good and good. What do you think about the Colombians and the Peruvians?
No, hold on. When you
say what happened. What is your reaction to? Because I'm a pro scoper. Like
hold on.
You
said when you phrased it like that, you said, yeah, you don't care what happens to the locals. The bottom line is those locals are signing up and going out of their way to be with the foreign men. So it's not like they are escaping any level of accountability here.
So I mean, like you don't care about the cultural degradation and all the stuff that happens.
Let me.
That's why I wanted you to talk to him, because no, he could care less about that. He also believes. We're gonna let him keep going. He's also suggesting that, like he said, the locals are breaking their neck to be with American men.
Yes.
That's not true.
Excuse me. First of all, Platinum.
That's not true, man.
It's false prostitution. A lot of these girls are trafficked.
Excuse me.
You don't know it because you just show up to the boat and you pick them up.
Excuse me. First of all, if you know any of these countries and you've been to any of these other countries that you're talking about, and you've been there any length of time, if there's a place where there are American men, these women are aiming to be in that place.
You're talking about the ladies of the night, right?
I'm talking about all of them.
No, they're not. Come on, man.
No, not all of them. Not all. Only the ones selling.
Excuse me. No, it's not just the one selling. Not just the one selling.
That's not
the
true.
What
regular
countries
one,
are we
too.
talking about?
Yes, it is.
What specific
Yes, it
countries
is.
are we talking about?
Plus, Truck, most men, right? The type of men that you think that those women, like you mean all women want, those are not men that are traveling. A lot of them dudes already take off the market.
What are you talking about? That's not true.
Truck. I've been to Australia. I've been to these foreign countries. Truck. Bunch of us, right?
How you gonna say Australia?
Wait a minute. Did we get women? Yes. But were they breaking their neck and were we getting the pick of the fucking litter? No. We didn't get no motherfucking pick of the litters. We got regular Australian women. Regular.
First of all, you're talking about fucking Australia. Australia is a Western country. It's not one of these poorer developing countries.
Yeah, so how come the dynamics are different for Australia but not for third world? So definitely the idea of the third world works because you're poorer.
Excuse me, Australia is a developed nation. That's the reason why the dynamics are different.
But
those women in Australia,
so you got no game when it's a developed country.
Excuse me.
No profanity, Trump. Go ahead.
I didn't use any profanity. I said it's a developed nation. Those women who are in Australia, those women have a choice of the men that they want to be with. They absolutely have a choice. They're not desperate at all. They work and they have living wages. That's the reason why the dynamic's different. Now, if you go to the Philippines, go to Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, you go to those countries, those women are in a developed nation. They are not wealthy, obviously. And for them, getting a foreign man and marrying, because you got to understand, marriage is a big thing to foreign men, and they just know it. Marrying a foreign man is the dream of many of these chicks. I've actually heard Filipinas say that
it's a dream to come to America. It's not a dream to stay married.
No. But they know that they ain't getting to America unless they're married to a foreigner. So
but once they get here, are they gonna stay married?
Well,
a lot of them are not. You know it, and I know it.
Hold on. The whole point is, just like we learned from watching that Kenyan woman who played that black brother, the point is you don't bring them back. What you do is you keep them over in their country. Every time they try to hand you paperwork and they're like, oh, can we apply for my citizenship? What you do is you say, okay, no problem, honey. Then you take that paperwork and you shred
but
that
whenever you're gone, then another gringo is chewing on it too.
No, but
hold up. Go ahead.
Where's the exclusivity? Where's the quality?
Let me tell you up front, right? I brought him up here. I knew how he thinks. Sometimes, in my opinion, he goes way too far. But you want to talk about a guy who's simply going over just to take advantage of the women? You're talking to one. He has no.
Yeah, he's made it clear like marriage is not the goal, because once you leave that girl behind, somebody else is gonna take her, right? So there's no exclusivity, there's no quality, and you made mention of like when you come to the when you go. I let you guys talk a lot. Let me just say this.
I'm gonna let you rock. I just wanted to ask you, what country are you from?
Ghana. It doesn't matter. I live here.
Okay.
I live in the US.
Okay, go ahead, talk, because I had something to say about Ghana. Go ahead.
Yeah, I live here. I'm American. We shouldn't worry about what happens in Ghana. Ghana takes care of itself.
No, we're coming to Ghana. We're coming to Ghana. It's mostly black women. Black women are coming to Ghana. But go ahead and say what you were going to say.
I know. I did a whole video on one of them yesterday. I'm just saying, when you said choice, the main word here is forced consent.
Forced? No, there's no such thing as forced
consent. Because they are doing it because they are poor.
Nope, that's not. There's no such thing as forced
consent. No, a lot of these women that you guys get have been trafficked when they were 13 years old.
That's not. There's no such thing as forced consent. What you're talking about is coercion.
It is when the dynamic shift from. Let me help you out. This is why even Colombia, where prostitution is legal,
dude, the word is
called enforcing.
Excuse me, it's called coercion.
Listen, Colombia, why do you think Colombia is going through men's bags and sending them back home? Or you don't believe it's happening?
Because these guys keep trying to bring dildos to Colombia. No, it's called coercion. It's not called.
It's not just dildos. They send a dude back just with condoms and Viagra. What's wrong with the traveler going with condoms and Viagra?
Truck, you can't say that. And look, Truck, you want to have a conversation? We can. You want to start clowning, Truck? We don't have to, because this man got something to do. We don't have to be up here. So if you're going to answer him, answer him. If you're just playing, man.
what I'm helping him out understand is there's no such thing as forcing.
Why are they sending those men back to America?
Why are they sending them back to America?
Yeah, travelers who are trying to
prostitution is legal in Colombia, so why would they send the guys back when they're coming to play in the league, right? Top league.
Well, but
Colombia
hey, listen,
league.
that's highly subjective, so I'm fairly certain that the government has different reasons for sending different people back.
Cartagena sent back 33 people last month alone.
And do you know on each account, why was each person sent back?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I watched the local news. You want to come tomorrow? I can do a full breakdown. I will watch it in Espanol. I'll translate it. I'll break it down.
What were the main reasons? What were the main reasons
for even DC Born Rob did a video on it, but more generally, I watched the local news, so I know what is going on over there.
So what were they?
Sex tourism. Sex tourism.
Now, how did they know that those guys were there for sex tourism?
Because they are randomly searching people. It's a random.
And what are they? Hold on.
Also,
what are they finding?
There's a system.
What are they finding that says that they're there for sex tourism?
Condoms, lube, dildos. I don't know what men are traveling with dildos for.
So
but,
now, logically, right? If they were to go there and had none of that stuff in their bag and went to Colombia and purchased the stuff in Colombia, then what?
Well, they may or may not get through. I'll give you one example. Some of them are WhatsApp messages. They'll get through your WhatsApp messages.
So they go through your WhatsApp messages. What if you don't have WhatsApp?
If you don't have WhatsApp, fine. But like I'm saying, there's different criteria of how they're busting people. If I didn't tell you about this ahead of time, you probably don't know that they're doing that.
You can
because I don't believe it.
Hold on. You can
also, there's something called Angel Watch. So for those of you that have YouTube, I just did a video on a Roberto guy. They didn't even go through his phone. They just saw his YouTube videos and they didn't let him in Colombia.
Okay,
it's on my channel from yesterday.
What's a YouTuber? What's the dude who was married over there about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks? He was married to a Filipino
for filming. They deported his ass. Yeah,
and
he's under deportation. Yep.
Somebody
so
said
they are looking at YouTubers. They're looking at YouTube. You know how you do your content. That Roberto guy is a nasty guy. He had been living in Brazil. He got deported back to Brazil, and they held on to his passport and they forwarded his ass to Sweden, where he's originally from. Now, the question is, I don't even think the Brazilians will get him back because he's been living in Brazil. So they're looking at this. What about Skylar? Why do you think, is it a coincidence that Skylar's channel and Giamo's channel get taken down the same day? I was pretty much responsible for Giamo's channel going down. I let guys know I don't hide shit.
Now, what did Giamo do?
I was part of the reason why Giamo's channel was taken down.
Why was
I just don't know how. I don't know how they got Skylar's with Giamo's at the same time, but just watch out for a big sweep and a big cleanup in this space. The guys that are going there and expressing their American right to film women out of their without consent, do things the American way and think that there are no consequences.
Hidden cameras.
When it happens, don't come and cry white supremacy and all that stuff, because when we tell guys, they always have, they're like, they are college professors on YouTube. They know everything, right? Until it happens to them.
Yeah, this guy is.
This whole thing of this underlying crime thing that happens. Like, I see guys get scoped and they complain. I enjoy when I see people get scoped. I'm like, oh, no, you shouldn't say that. I mean, geez, if you're not tripping, you're not going to get scoped.
Crime. That's a crime.
Yeah, no.
What is a crime?
Being scoped is a crime.
Well, obviously, you know how long they stay in jail when they catch them? 2 weeks. That's why they keep doing it.
That's why, listen, bottom line is the countries that I travel to, if you try to scope somebody, first of all, you wouldn't even have access to the drug, number one. But if they caught you trying to scope somebody and you're in possession of illegal drugs, you're getting hanged.
Bingo. Which is why I'm saying all these other countries.
Anything near or connected to America is toxic and poisonous. And I've warned passport bros that if you're going to go someplace, go as far away from America as possible, because just
they don't have that type of money, though, Truck.
They don't have that type of money to keep going to Southeast Asia.
Y'all got to get to listen. The mere fact that I just pulled into my yard.
Truck. They don't. Okay, you make it on YouTube. Others they got a large channel. They may make enough to go far, far away. Most of these guys can only go to the DR.
Then y'all need to get your weight up.
Exactly.
You need to get your weight up.
You know, yeah. The guys that have money can go to Southeast Asia.
Get your weight
and
up.
You know, like I said, the Africans are also learning how to rob and steal because you've become a magnet, right? You're teaching them that, hey, if you're gonna come there and do this stuff, then it's equal game. They can apply it to you. And those rules that exist in Southeast Asia, they don't exist in Africa. Nobody jails anybody in Africa. You know what jail time is in Africa? Corruption. Just $100. Really.
I don't know.
Your life is worth $100 in Africa. This is what I keep telling these guys.
I saw the movie.
This is why I don't make debates with them anymore. I'm like, just you participate in an underground criminal activity, which is sex tourism. You're gonna build an underground criminal network that wants to exploit people that come in to do that. Eventually, the locals have to deal with the aftermath, which is a lot of crime, and that criminal activity is why when KG is walking around Nairobi, one of the most safest cities in Africa, his chain gets snatched. It's like, dude, I've been going to Nairobi for decades and nobody snatched my shit. All these things will come around. Eventually, only a few places will be safe. Y'all got to clean this up. I can't force y'all. For me and my channel, I'm only going to report on the negativity and laugh about it.
Here's a question.
And I'm going to give guys the gem, and I'm going to tell guys, travel safe. Don't be part of an organization.
I have a question to you. Why do you
stay away from the red light district?
I have a question for you. Why do you think the passport bros don't frequent Africa?
I think it's too expensive, and it has a reputation of danger.
Expensive?
Oh, the flights are expensive. They sometimes have visa controls too. Like Ghana requires a visa, $150.
Well, the black women are coming there.
Oh yeah, so the black women are going there in the name of repats, and they go there, and they two of them just died in Ghana 2 weeks ago.
What'd they do? What happened to them?
They got killed by 20-some-year-olds for their shit.
Brilliant. So why didn't I hear anything? Hold on. We heard about Floyd all over the world. Why didn't we hear anything about these black women going to Ghana and getting themselves
I did a video on it. People don't watch it.
No, I would have watched it, but first of all, this is the first time I'm even hearing about you. I didn't even know you existed till now. So
yeah, I did a whole video about it.
So why is it that you think that the international community is not focused on black women going to Ghana, but they're focused on one idiot who gets caught basically exploiting?
Because those black women are dealing with men that are 22, 23 years old. Floyd was dealing with a 6-year-old.
The fact that they get killed, they shouldn't be covered?
They covered it in local Ghanaian news, but here's the thing. The guys were smart about it. It's not like they have a suspect.
They were smart about killing them?
Well, I mean, intent because they're dealing with crooks, okay? So they stage an armed robbery, then I guess people don't understand how poor the security apparatus is in developing countries.
No. The definition was set by social media, and when Passport Bros became a moniker, it was black women decrying black men who were leaving them behind and traveling abroad and finding women abroad.
Are you really certain that black women in America were crying that these guys left? Because I've seen,
yes.
I don't think that is true because you guys have to make videos to prove to them that
hold on. Here's the problem, though. You're not seeing exactly what we're seeing because territorially, your internet has been censored. So you don't see everything I see. You don't see what I see. And like, for instance, when I go to different countries, one thing I've noticed is the governments block certain things. So Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you may see some of it, but you don't see all of it. China does the same thing. So what I'm just saying,
I know China censors stuff.
It's not just China though. It's Philippines, all Southeast Asia. I have to say, these Asian countries got smart and they realized that these Americans were a goddamn cancer on their people, and they didn't want their kids and their women turn out to be as stupid as these Americans are, right? So what they did was they said, you know what, we're going to censor this shit, all of that American bullshit, we're going to block that, and we're only going to let our people see uplifting, intelligent things. So their TikTok is just girls jumping on there and just dancing around. Our TikTok is fucking OnlyFans light. That's what it is. So the bottom line is
it's not every woman that is into this OnlyFans stuff. You know that, right?
No. The reason why it's not every woman is because every woman can't make that much money. I've seen people try to get on OnlyFans. They might make $500 a month. Meanwhile, you got one girl get on OnlyFans making $1 million a month. So yeah,
What
most
about
of them can't
the
do
girl
that.
what about the girl that went to college? Black girl from the suburbs went to college, has a decent job, goes to church on Sunday. What's wrong with that woman?
Because she's selling pictures of her feet and she's farting in jars and shit and selling it, and she thinks that that's godly. That's not. There's no.